Good evening, everyone. Welcome to one more book launch event. My name is Yashasvi Chaudhary, the host for today on behalf of अध्ययन Books. आशा करती हूँ कि आपको हमारे नए बुक्स के ऑथर्स से मिलना, उन्हें जानना पसंद आ रहा होगा। कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताएं। आज हम जिस बुक के बारे में बात करेंगे, उस बुक का नाम है अनस्पोकन ट्रुथ, फ्रॉम लाइफ्स साइलेंट स्ट्रगल्स टू अनसीन विक्ट्रीज। So he is a postgraduate in English literature, served in an Indian Army post for 15 years. Following an unexpected turn in his career, he ventured into the travel industry, becoming an accidental entrepreneur in the world of tourism. This phase of his life brought him face to face with tourists from across the globe, offering him a unique opportunity to explore diverse globe perspective and experience from people of all walks of life. His journey has filled with adventure, learning, and encounters that expanded his worldview. Along the way, he was deeply inspired by the random acts of kindness he witnessed from his customers, which left a last impression on him. Yogen's literary journey began as a way to find solace and clarity amid life's complexities. Initially, he shared his stories with close friends and family, only to discover that his words resonate deeply with them. Their encouragement pushed him to take his storytelling further, transforming personal experiences into universal narratives. His writing reflects themes such as love, memory, mistakes, and hope, offering readers a chance to connect with the deeper truths of life. आए अब इनकी किताब के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहूंगी। Unspoken Truth delves into the personal and emotional journey of the author, exploring how life's deepest struggles can lead to unexpected moments of triumph. Though a blend of personal reflections and experiences, the book reveals how challenges are not barriers, but a gateway to growth and success. It conveys the powerful message that resilience, faith, and perspective can transform even the darkest moments into opportunities for strength and renewal. In addition to personal struggles, the book addresses broader social issues, offering the author's perspective on challenges faced by society today, such as the growing concern of old age homes. Through his thoughtful observation, the author reflects on how societal shifts have led to the isolation of the elderly, raising questions about the roles of the family, community, and compassion in modern life. So let's welcome Mr. Yogendra Kaushik. Hello, sir. कैसे हैं आप?
बिल्कुल बढ़िया मैडम।
Congratulations, आपकी बुक लॉन्च हो गई है Amazon पर, तो कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
Thank you so much. I'm really feeling honored, and it is a really pleasure to see my book on Amazon.
Okay, that's good, sir. So, सर अब हम बुक के बारे में बात करते हैं। आगे जैसे जो हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं वो आपकी बुक और आपके बारे में अच्छे से जान पाए।
जी मैम।
जी। So, sir, can you tell us about the most profound secret of love in your life and how it shaped your journey?
Very frankly, this journey had been incredible with my secret love of my life, and this secret love actually stayed with me almost for 30 years. And I remember when, if you just go through my stories, you will find this secret love of my life. I started at the age of 20 when I was studying in BSc, and I fell in love with this first so-called secret love. And then my journey kept going. And there was days when the school were closed and I wanted to meet my secret love. Then I always used to look for the, isolated place where I could spend time with her. And when I used to come to my home, I used to make sure that my parents are not able to smell of meeting her. I took all possible care with my actions, with my reactions, because my face used to radiate after meeting her. And then of course, you already told that I joined the armed forces, and then I used to meet only once in a week. And a lot of my friends also protested and they didn't like meeting with her. Then I used to secretly meet her for some time. And then afterward, I was posted to Bangalore. There were no familiar faces in the Bangalore. So it was like she was my constant companion, be it be a occasion of celebration or it will be occasion of sorrow. She was always with me. And then after some time, even this hide and seek game continued. And after some time, I got married. And then still, I used to meet her.
Okay.
And my parents never came to know. And one day, my wife could smell something. There's somebody in my life. And then she questioned me. And I dodged her question. And I told, no, there's no someone. You're simply doubting. It cannot be true. Then I can, make peace with her and with no doubt. And the game continued. But let me tell you very openly that she was the first one come to my mind whenever there was a challenge in my life. For me, she was the first one to come to my mind, and then she will tell me, "Don't worry, I have a solution for you." And I never brought her to home, so my family never came to know. My parents never came to know. But at office also, whenever I felt some issues which is very challenging and cannot handle, the first thought will come and I will go and meet her and she will tell me, here is a solution. And my problem was not at all a problem. She was such a constant and unwavering companion in my life. But again, how long you can hide this love? And one day it so happened that I used to meet her secretly and I used to look for the chances. Whenever I get chance, I will meet her. And one day, one of my neighbor happened to see with her,
Okay.
and I didn't notice that. And this neighbor, particularly lady, she made no delay to convey this message to my wife. And when I came in the evening, I faced a big music and I folded my own hand that I am breaking my relationship with her and she will be just out from my life. But the love is always blind. The lady, the girl who always stood with me in the bad time, and whenever I felt that everybody had rejected me in my life, she stood with me. Even sometimes very odd hours also, I visited without the knowledge of my wife. The thing did not stop. And then my love came to an dead end. After 1 week, my elder daughter, she caught me walking with her, being with her red-handed. So you can understand my situation. And she told me one thing, Papa, she is your long-term friend. Sorry, she is a short-term friend, but long-term enemy. And since that day, I just abandoned her. She just went for my life happily, and I never tried to contact her. Neither she did came to me. I know a lot of admirers are still looking at her, but she never tried to approach her. So I mean to say that when you feel you don't need to fall in love, you have to rise in love. And rising in love means you have to grow. But somewhere she was chipping my piece of life, and it was harming me physically, mentally, and I always became slave to her. The more I wanted to be away from her, and it was difficult to be not without her. Then finally decided to leave her company, and then today I'm a relaxed person, and that is why I'm sharing with her. And if you read more, you will come to know who was my secret love of my life. She's happy in her world, and I'm happy in my own world. And I'm no more slave to her. The shackles have been removed from my feet. I'm a free man because love needs more freedom. We have to strive to grow. That is what we have to become a better person if you are with your lover. But I came to know, I realized at some point of time that it is a time to say goodbye to her. Be in your one and let me be in my own world. That is how my journey was with my secret love of my life.
Great.
I never miss her. I never miss her.
Wow.
I know she's tempting so many other new admirers. That's how it happened. And if the audience read my book, they will come to know who was my secret love of my life, who stayed with me for almost 3 decades.
Okay.
And frankly ask me, I do not regret being with her. But the moment I came to know that she is putting a shackle in my feet, I withdrawn myself. That's all. I would like to say about my secret love of my life.
Okay. Right.
So I leave on the audience or readers to explore more about secret love. There are more things to know. I'm just sharing with you in brief.
Sure. Sure. Definitely, it's a kind of topic for which even after this, I will also go and check and will try to order this book and will love to see that who was that lucky lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sure you will be having a pleasant surprise once you meet my secret love of my life.
Sure, sir.
Thank
So,
you so much.
yeah. So, sir, what is the biggest surprise you have encountered, and how did it change your perspective?
I think there's one of the story which is about my biggest surprise of my life. This life is always gives you surprises, and something called uncertainty is only certain till you are introduced with the uncertainty. You always feel that the life is definite and death is indefinite. But I go other way around. Death is definite and life is indefinite. You would never know what life is going to offer with unexpected surprise. So one should be always be prepared to face the uncertainty of life with the courage and wisdom. So the surprise I have mentioned in my book that I used to work in armed forces and I was posted at Shillong, and all of a sudden I get a news. I was handling a very sensitive department of the armed forces, which I can't disclose for the security reasons. And I was just 5 people just came in the uniform and they just told me, Yogendra, with a written order, just hand over your duties and responsibilities. And I was bewildered. What could happen? Of course, I kept everything in order, and defense organization is well organized sector where everything happens on time. There are checks and balances in the department. So there are no scope for making mistake.
Right, sir.
And I was asking to my people why I am like being made to hand over immediately. And my heart was racing very fast. My mind was racing here. What could go wrong? I was only visualizing something very drastic could happen, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally. And there are 5 people. I was trying to ask the reason. They are just keeping mum. They were all my friends. But at this point of time, they were not at all ready to open their mouth. And this actually increased my doubt and almost converting my doubt in the confirmation something is seriously ill. Then, of course, in just 1 hour, I handed over to the next taking over person. And I was being escorted to the biggest boss, a decorated officer. And I don't, something is seriously wrong. And my palms were sweating. My breathing was not under control. And those line of worries could be seen on my face. And I could visualize a police jeep over there. And I was standing in my biggest boss office, who admire my quality, who entrusted me such responsibilities. And I thought that now the drastic action is going to happen. And I could see that he was holding a red paper in his hand. For me, I was visualizing that it could be my warrant. I'm not able to control my tears. But when he handed over this paper to me, I just fell on his feet. I'm sorry. And I told my boss, this cannot happen. This is not true. And this was a devastating news for me. And my father was no more in this world. That is the telegram he handed over to me. And I was escorting in the same jeep to my home. And I proceeded to my hometown, and rest you can see in my book. And that is so happened with me. And that is sometimes you get unvest, unexpected turn of event in life. And life can give you any surprises. And rest, if you see my books, I'm sure you will like my pain. Because lot many things were coming to my mind. How I am going to my sister marriage. Who is going to arrange? How is it going to be arranged? And then the rest of the story you can see while you go through my books. This was a very unexpected, biggest surprise of my life. Anytime I tried to write a story, I couldn't stop my tears. Tears were rolling down automatically. I have no control of my emotion. It is more than 30 years has gone. Still, I have the same play, same pain, and I'm able to visualize the same scene. I'm sorry, madam. I became emotional. I couldn't control, and I can see the goosebump on my web. I'm still able to see the same scene. I'm taking a deep breath. I'm trying to come to my normal senses. Thank you so much for bearing with me.
That's
It's an
totally
emotional part of
fine.
my life.
When we just remember the incidents happens, such kind of incidents, obviously tears comes out. It's very natural. So, sir, now I would like to ask you next question. So, how has your mother's influence and blessings contributed to your success and personal growth?
Yes, ma'am. See, for me, my mother and father have been the role model in my life. The first school of learning was my parents' home, where I learned the family's values. And particularly, this where I have written the book, The Miracle of Mother's Blessing. So I'm a strong believer and a firm believer of the blessing, and blessing works. Parents' blessing works in your life. Today, if I'm sitting before you, it is due to my parents' blessing.
Super.
And they are a tool of your success. And I still recall this story of miracle of blessing mother. I remember during the COVID-19, let me just give you a little background of my mother. My mother used to live alone in Agra, and she was a very bold, with an incredible courage lady. She always lived on her terms, and she used to live alone. Even if I call sometime to Pune, she will come with preconditioned terms that I will be staying for 10 days or 5 days. And whenever she felt, she will not mind to go alone. That kind of iron-willed lady I've never seen. And I always used to think, if something goes wrong, who will take care of her? But I was very fortunate, as the fate would have it, or the God had planned to meet, to spend time with her at the last days of her life. I remember during Corona, I reached to her. She called me. I was missing her. She was missing me. And we had a kind of telepathy. And she called me. And I went along with my wife to Agra. I am mentioned in my story. After reaching there, I sought her blessings and got her vaccinated. She was feeling really, vaccinated. She got herself framed in a picture that I am vaccinated. and she was very positive in the moods. And I took her to her village, ancestral village, and my father's house, everything. But I don't know what went wrong, that at 3 a.m. on one day, she complained of breathing, and I took her to a nearby hospital. And there was a protocol on those days that any patient is coming for anything, they have to be tested with the COVID-19 test. And they carried out the test of COVID-19. And it was just a primary testing. And with the primary testing, it was diagnosed that she was COVID-19 positive. You will not believe, she just hold me like this. Such a bold lady, and I could feel her. She wants me to be with her. I told my mother, don't worry, till you recover, I will not leave Agra. Then I took nearby other hospital, but finally I found that there was no bed available in any of the hospital. Then the people advised me better to take her at home and treat her. That will be a really act of wisdom. I brought her to home and we converted a room in a hospital, and there was my good friend, Mr. Anil Basist, who arranged a doctor for me, and he arranged a oxygen cylinder empty, but one of my very Mr. Nigam and Mrs. Nigam, they arranged oxygen cylinder filled, and I was treated her. And finally, after 21 days, she got negative tested. So this was my success, and I celebrated that. So what I want to make a point here, that in between I missed something. After 4 days, my wife also got tested positive. And now it was really a big challenge for me. I do not know. I had a strong conviction that as long as my mother's blessings are with me, nothing can happen to me. You may not believe, I was running from pillar to post to get one medicine from one place, another medicine from second place, and I was mopping in the home, but I always tested negative.
Wow, sir.
And sometimes it is hard to believe medically that I am spending my maximum time with two COVID-19 positive patient, and I used to sleep very close to my mother, sometime on her feet and sometime on her head side. But COVID-19 did not dare to touch me because of my mother's blessing. So this is the power of blessing. If you trust, this works. And it worked in my case. Of course, after 5 days, when she tested negative, then she shared the happy moment of her life with me. And I still remember the song, मिलने की घड़ियां छोटी हैं और रात जुदाई की लंबी. And I could not believe that this was a signal for her departure. Our close one always gives some signal.
Yes, sir. That's true.
But we are not, we are so positive. We always think that everyone mother will leave this world except my mother. But this proved to be wrong. But still, I live her blessing. That is how she contributed in my life. And if you go through, you will see a lot of emotional movement in the story, and you will see that you are with the character. You are sometime with me, and sometime you are with my mother. And I'm telling you, it will be a emotional and sentimental journey.
So, sir, what inspired you to address the challenges faced by daughters in today's world in your book?
In this book, actually, I have just mentioned my observation in society. The biggest problem is nowadays, like our old people, I mean, like our old parents are not being treated well. So I find that a lot of old age concept has come up. I remember at my age, the offspring were known to be extra leg, extra eyes in the old days. And that sense is missing. So I have tried to highlight those things in that if we start treating our daughter-in-law as a daughter, this old age home can disappear. You can create a lot of old age home with all luxury, but you cannot create the love of your loved one. No matter how luxury, beautiful you make them, you cannot. So that is my approach toward a society, that all mother-in-law should treat their daughter-in-law as daughter. I'm telling you, this problem will disappear. Daughter will remain daughter, no matter they live in their parents' house or husband house. They will find no difference. They will find same treatment, and they will treat their mother-in-law as a mother, and they will not miss mother. And this year, mother-in-law will not miss her daughter. And we can really imagine a very healthy society. That is what is my approach, because I want to remove this in-law words. That's all. That's all. If they start treating the way they are treating their daughters, this problem will not at all come. And we all young. Of course, I'm old, but the young generation has to come up. They are doing their best, but still a lot of things have to be done in this field. This is what my approach is in writing that. Because I have seen, even my wife had no exception. My sister had no exception. That's my approach. Reformative approach. If people can implement in life, this problem might get a momentum.
Okay, sure. So, sir, next comes in my mind is the question is, could you share how your mentors guided and influenced you throughout your career and life?
Thank you so much. Actually, mentors are nothing. They are the people who have faced such kind of challenges in their life, and whereas you are only facing in your life first time. That's so they know your ability, capability. They just help you to come out from that mess, and they try to give you a nice message out of that. And then actually, about mentor, of course, he can transform your life by using their tool and technique. But again, I want to say that mentors are found everywhere. Even you could be my mentor. So it is always where it is just a matter of seeing. Sometime in my story, that my story, my journey with distinguished mentors, in my life where I faced the challenge and I didn't know which way to go. That time, my wife became mentor. She believed in my ability. She could see potential in me. She pushed me beyond my boundaries. She told me, you can do it. And I did it. So mentors are everywhere. Of course, in a real mentor life, after these challenges, my mentor was Randir Khare, who has even written a foreword for me. His books were mentoring me, in fact, and he has mentored me in person also. But in the time of turbulence, my wife was the biggest mentor. So this is how it is. You have to believe in your mentor. And I believed in my mentor. And today, with her mentorship, I am here in front of you. So that is the power of mentorship.
Okay.
Because mentor, they listen you patiently. You speak for 10 days and they speak only one day and they dilute your problem and they give you renewed energy, sense of energy. That's how it is.
Okay. So, sir, next question comes is how did the idea for this book first came to you, and what made you feel it needed to be written?
Very good, very good, very good question actually. Actually, I'm a very talkative person. I like to speak, like to share my perspective with the people. And I used to share these stories at one people tree. And they liked my stories. And these were all almost real story of my life. And here you must have seen that all my stories are in first person. So almost all stories have some message. Then one fine day, came across Mr. Nitin Soni. Actually, he was conducting a webinar and he told me that your book can be a permanent visiting card. And from there, the spark started. And I started writing, small story and gave a really introduction body language. So I tried to give the wings to the words and tried to convert in the story. And that is how I could write. And not only this, I have seen in my life that the books of great writer have helped me to handle my problems. I have read so many self-help books like a Die Empty, like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and I find my solution in those books. So I thought, why not to pen this my story in the form of book? Let the world benefit with my story. If I can read, if I can heal the wound of someone, I will feel myself really lucky. That's how I started writing actually.
Okay, great to hear, sir.
Thank you
So,
so much.
yeah. So, sir, if you could give a piece of advice to aspiring authors, what would it be based on your journey, sir?
See, to become an author, there's an author lying in everyone. It's like a seed of becoming an author is lying within you. It is just a matter of giving him, proper environment. Everybody has a story. And I'm sure you too have a story within you. It's just a matter of unlocking and unleashing your stories and have a courage to write, and you can write it. You have that potential. It is just a matter of unlocking. And you take a step, you will get the guidance from people, from a like-minded, and people like from you, from your team, everybody, you will get support. And one day you will be able to write a book. You have a story, make a note of it. Whenever the story comes to your mind, just pen it down and give a just dressing sense, make it a conclusion, make it informative. It could be fiction, it could be non-fiction. Everyone has, and I want to tell all new authors, since you have asked me this question, to the inspiring author, that let those stories not travel to the graveyard. Share with the world. Maybe your story could be healer for someone. So you can be a healer from writer, or from writer to healer. That role you can play. It is what I feel like being a writer is just giving back from the society. Society has given, and before you leave this world, give back to the society so they can also have a smile on their faces by reading your good stories and making a sense to them. They can relate their life with your story.
Right. Sure. So, sir, next question comes was there a particular event or moment that became the turning point in your book?
Yeah, see, I used to write. I had because I am a postgraduate in English literature. I have read at least 40 to 50 authors in my class itself. So I had a insatiable thirst for reading. But due to my financial challenges in my life and so much, my shoulders were burdened with the responsibilities. I couldn't feed my passion. But now, when I attended this session, my passion converted into the real book. Now I can find a story around me, and that is how it became a turning point of my life. And from there, I start writing now a journal. Every month I see some story in that. You have all stories around you. Even today, since morning I talk to you, I have a story to share with the people. So things can happen. So that is how you can create and put little bit spices for the customer, to a reader, nothing else. That is what I feel. So it is just you have to take a baby step. Yes. And it will happen. Nothing can turn overnight. My book is finished after a gap of almost 1.5 years. But something came up, but I did not give up. So that kind of conviction you have, no matter what it comes on my way, I will complete this milestone. And I completed this milestone in 2024.
Nice, sir.
And you can see my excitement, how happy I am once my book is Amazon. And people have changed the perspective about me now. Oh yeah, you became an author. This is how. So now again, this become your permanent visiting card. No matter you live this world, but your book will remain as long as this world will remain. Okay. So this is my turning point.
Okay. So, how do you hope readers will feel after finishing your book?
I'm sure that my reader will find the value of time. They will have some additional value in their life. Of course, my stories are full of sense of humor and sense of pathos also. But all sense of humor and sense of pathos are very common. We all have, and we love to hear someone's stories. And every story has some message to tell you. And I'm sure once you read my stories, you will come to know, and my stories could be a blessing in disguise, and you will not feel it's a wastage of time. Forget about money. Money is secondary thing. It's just a byproduct. But if you carry some value addition in your life, I will really feel lucky. And you will be more empowered to face these challenges of the life. Challenges will come, and you have to only convert these challenges into the opportunity and be a milestone achiever. That's what I would like to give a message to my readers. They will not feel something like emotionally, financially cheated. They will enjoy my reading, and they will feel that they are traveling with the character. Because my things are which every common person goes in the life. For me, I was thinking is only happening to me. They can understand this is the problem of a common person. It is nothing new, and it can make them more wise in the, and can offer you worldly wisdom.
Okay, great, sir. So, sir, next question comes is who do you dedicate this book to and why?
Of course, I have mentioned in this book, I dedicate this book to my father, to whom I call Babu, and my mother. Normally, mother and father. For me, father is first, mother is one, because they all brought me in this world, and they have given me the family's values. And I still remember one of the quote of my father, that if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. And if the character is lost, everything is lost. And that value, those things I still remember and try to imbibe in my life. That character is the strongest quality of a man. That is why I would like to dedicate this book, because they are no more in this mortal world. So I would like to dedicate with all respect, and I feel it will be the tribute for my hard work. And I'm sure they will be watching my book from the heaven. I'm sure there'll be some mechanism, the masses will reach to them. I'm so sure. That is why I dedicated this book to my father and mother, mother and father.
Yeah, this question was coming to my mind, but you already answered. So now I would like to ask next question. How did your personal relationships influence the themes or narratives in your book?
See, the personal relationship, like I know the relationship handling is the biggest challenge in the world. And you see the newspaper, you see the media, you see all spiritual relationship is the biggest challenge as of now in entire world. People are struggling to sustain their relationship.
True.
But I will tell one thing, that you should be honest in your relationship. That is the biggest foundation stone of the true relationship. Fake relationship, one day when the fake layer will uncover, the relationship will disappear. No matter what comes on the way, be honest in your relationship. That is the biggest mantra or sermon I want to share with you, because the relationship, you should never ever compromise with your value, and you should stand what you believe in, and your relationship will grow, I'm sure. That is what my approach toward personal relationship or personal relationship. Wherever you are, be honest in your in your approach, in your actions, or in any way. That's all. Because you can't cheat anyone without cheating yourself.
Right.
So that is what I believe in, and I go with that relationship. But of course, you should be very cautious while uttering your words. You should choose the words, because words once is uttered from a mouth cannot come back. Sometimes words carry their tone and they can hurt someone and they can heal someone. That is what I would like to say about the relationship you asked me. Thank you so much.
So, sir, what roles do you think gratitude plays in overcoming and the role of mentor in your life's challenges as reflected in your book?
Very good, very good, very good. Good question. See, gratitude is the best healer for a person. Now, I will say that first, now you are in front of me, I would express my gratitude towards you, having me on your show. This is a gratitude. It gives me pleasure, and you also feel acknowledged. That is what is. So it always help you in cognitive health, in your personal life, in your professional life, and you can start your gratitude. I know the day you arrive in this world, of course, you can't speak, you don't have a long language, but you should. In a literary terms, I mean to say that the morning when you get up, you should express your gratitude. Thanks God, today I am breathing. Today I am disease free. When you see a sunlight, you can say, thank you so much, giving me sun rays falling on me. I'm having vitamin D. So everywhere, when your wife offers you a cup of tea, you should express your gratitude. Thank you so much, bringing a nice tea and making my morning worthy. Right? You can start when you get down, you can sell. Oh, my thanks so much. My lift is working. When you go out and express gratitude to a watchman, anywhere. So you can start your gratitude right from morning to evening. When you come in the evening, even sometimes those who are dog lover, when you come to a house, when dog is welcoming you, you can express gratitude. Thank you so much for welcoming me. And even your wife opens door. Thank you so much welcoming me. I had a wonderful day. So expressing gratitude in your personal life, professional life, help you to have a good sleep and you never think bad about anybody. I missed your second question. Can you please?
That is the role
Mentor.
the
Of
role of
mentor.
mentors in your life's challenge.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah. This is like, I remember I was suffering with my personal issues, like relationship issues. See how the mentor can help. I also think the mentor as for just simply, there could be a simple listener or something. But my mentor used to be Mr. Randir Khare, who has written my foreword, and he has authored more than 30 books. So I'm really express my gratitude toward my mentor and my writing my foreword. I remember when I approached to him, it is hard to believe 10 days, what did I do? 10 days, I was only talking to him and I was only weeping. And then 11th day, he listened empathically. He lended his ear. And I don't know what he did. Then he told me one thing, that you should cut the bad scene from your picture of your life. And he also told me that normally people do not survive after going through so much, but you survived, so you should be thankful to God. That is what the mentor, and he really transformed my life thinking. Almost, I can say with conviction that he gave me the purpose of my life. That is what is the role of a mentor.
So now comes my final question. So finally, I would like to know that what's next for your after this book, like what is next coming after this book, and their plans for another project or topic you are passionate about.
See, my books now, of course, because I feel so relieved after releasing this book actually with all your support. And now, of course, I want to go for a second book, but I have to make up my mind. This book, of course, I mustered my courage to write in first person. Of course, I would like to write in third person. It could be the blend of fiction and non-fiction. But in 2025, I have planned to write a new book, and I'm planning a strategy, how to start, from where to start, which story to bring first, and how I can benefit my readers by bringing my second book of my life. Because I want to reflect my experiences, my projection, and I do not want to run away from reality. I know you may not get so many buyers, but I am not targeting buyers, I am targeting readers. And I know my readers will like my honesty and truth will be displayed in my next coming books. This is what I have planned. And I'm sure with all your guidance, with your support, with your team, I will be able to write another book very shortly. I cannot commit any time frame as of now, but I have in my mind, I have a blueprint ready, I have a roadmap ready, and I will be able to do it. Because once I could achieve this milestone, now my journey has started. Now I'm looking for a second milestone. That's all.
Great, and definitely we will be always there to support you, sir.
I know, I know.
या सो हम आपकी बुक का लिंक नीचे डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं ताकि लोग जाएं और आपकी बुक को रीड करें और समझें
जी
अनस्पोकन ट्रुथ फ्रॉम लाइफ साइलेंट स्ट्रगल्स टू अनसीन विक्ट्रीज सो थैंक यू सो मच मिस्टर योगेंद्र फॉर जॉइनिंग दिस बुक लॉन्च event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for having me on this show. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining and watching us. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. ऐसे ही हम न्यू न्यू बुक्स के ऑथर्स के साथ आते रहेंगे. Thank you.